Now, I was going to welcome to Guys, a podcast about guys. I was going to open and sing like Metallica at the beginning of the show, but I'm too embarrassed to do it this week. We got a guest that I really like. So, hi, Chris. How are you?
I'm doing well. I listened to Saint Anger, the song Saint Anger, to try to remind myself of like how stupid it was. And now it's...
And you liked it.
Yeah, now it's stuck in my head. Like, seriously, this I'm running in anger with you. You know, I can't get it out of my head, really.
And our guest this week, Tom Scharpling from The Best Show. Hi, Tom.
Hi, how are you?
We're great. We've been singularly focused since we had Pat Finnerty on a couple weeks ago.
Oh, I heard.
We've been singularly focused on Metallica since then.
Okay,
they're the only thing I think about, you know?
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes we did sort of touch on Disturbed a little bit. David Draymond, we've been dealing with his shit a little bit. He's a linguist. David Draymond. Him and Metallica together really would be something, I think.
Draymond has as he said, he has quite a large vernacular.
Mm-hmm.
So he sounds like a he's a stupid guy that thinks he's really smart. So we like him, but Metallica is really, I just saw him recently. So
where were they?
So I went to a festival called Sonic Temple in Ohio. Columbus, Ohio, and my brother had wanted to see Metallica really bad. I didn't personally care. I wanted to see Korn. That's why I went to it.
Sure, I know that. Well established.
So I saw Korn the first night, and then the second night we went to see Metallica, and I was like blown away by how bad it was, and my brother was kind of blown away by how bad it was. It was mind-blowing. They took breaks. They took like a ton of breaks, and it was really not.
Yeah,
show.
we found a video from I found a video on Instagram where it showed what he does. He goes and drinks coffee in between songs. James Hetfield, he just takes a break and he sits on a stoop and he drinks coffee for a few minutes. That seems like if you got to do that every 4 songs, you could consider giving it up, but I don't really know what his situation is or what motivates him or whatever, but Brian sent me a photo today. He seems very old. He seems to look older than he even is, really.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess if you're at the point where you're drinking coffee during, like, you can't pound the coffee before it doesn't work that way. It's just like the caffeine is going to kick in later if you're drinking it during the show. That's like drink it before. There's plenty of things you can do to get a little pep in your step that aren't cocaine.
Yeah. Oh, I was going to suggest cocaine. That was my suggestion.
Well, you get kind of old, and then I think you got to get off the cocaine. I think when even if you're a rock star, I think you hit a certain age where
you don't want to end up like Ted Demme, like the director who just had a heart attack while playing basketball.
Yeah,
I think, and I'm not saying he died of coke, but I just know it's just like you just drop when you're.
Oh yeah,
if you're 5 on your age,
and you want to hoop, you want to stay hooping. I want to continue to hoop personally, well into my 50s and 60s, and I feel like it's like if it comes down to cocaine or hoops.
Yeah,
I'm picking cocaine.
I know you are, Brian. I understand that you're not like a big sports guy. So, but yeah, I think I
go to a lot of sports.
Mm-hmm.
You do?
Well, Tom,
I go to sports all the time. I'm going to a baseball game tomorrow.
He doesn't ever know what's going on in the game ever.
I did accidentally cheer for the other team again last week.
What do you go for the mascot races and the
it's worse than that even, Tom. He
trivia
goes for
on the scoreboard.
It's worse. He goes for the ice cream in a baseball helmet. That's the only reason he goes is for soft serve ice cream in a baseball helmet.
For you. Mm-hmm. You can replicate that outside of a baseball stadium.
Yeah.
You can't actually.
Sure you can. Just buy one of those helmets.
Yeah. You have a bunch of them. You have them from the game.
I don't have
any.
You
already have them. You already have the helmets.
Yeah.
I throw them
Just
away.
Go to a Dairy Queen and say, "Hey, fill this up with soft serve." You'll be fine. They will accommodate you.
Yeah.
The best
They
thing that
don't
happened to me.
care. Suddenly the rules are so concrete. Well, you can't get soft serve outside of a baseball stadium, of course. There's no such thing as that.
I went to a crew soccer game recently, and they give you nachos in a helmet, so I ordered that. Obviously, I kind of like just eating out of helmets.
Yeah, it's becoming pretty clear. You are like helmets make you hungry, probably. Like you see a helmet and you start salivating. It's like the Pavlov. But
it was a great game.
Helmets, not bells.
I mean, it was a lot of action on the field that match against. It was a Columbus Crew versus Whitecaps, which is the team where I'm from, Vancouver, and really great game between two great teams. This guy had no fucking idea, barely watched a minute of it, and so when to say he goes to sports.
I was in the Bread Financial Club most of the time.
Yeah, he was in the Bread Financial Club, which smelled bad in there, he told me.
It did. It smelled like a huge fart. So anyway.
So are you filling a helmet with poutine up there? What are you doing?
I won't go to a game up there if they don't.
Listen, we have soft, we have all that. I don't even know, Tom. I go there, I get myself a water, I get myself maybe a snack, and I watch the game. I pay attention to the game. It's really a secondary thing.
It sounds like both of you are doing this wrong.
No.
In the middle would be somebody doing it right. Both of you are examples on how not to do this, and for differing reasons. And if you could split the difference, that would be how you should act at a sporting event. Yeah. You're raw dogging it over there.
That kind of makes sense.
Maybe a glass of water, and you're just staring at the field like
I take
a lunatic.
200 milligrams of mushrooms before, and I get really focused.
Well, now we're going even further away from it.
Yeah, thank you.
You're making my point more.
So many good food items at these places.
So you're seeing just like you're staring, and then suddenly the green on the field gets really vibrant, and you're just like, "Oh, here we go."
No, I mean,
Tom,
he
he stands close to the soccer players, and he's like, "Hey, good job there, buddy. Hey, good job."
I don't talk to them.
He does talk to them.
I have season tickets. I have season tickets, right? Like you can get this special, the landing it's called, and I'm right on the field, like right behind the benches. But I don't talk to them.
Not anymore. You're not after this appearance when you talked about you're showing up on mushrooms.
No, I already tweeted because they already know.
Entrance.
They know about it because I tweeted. They
do actually know about it.
I tweeted about because I made an incredible. I don't want to say it again. It really feels like I'm bragging now because I mentioned this before, but I made a one-handed
Nobody's
catch.
taking this as bragging. Don't worry. This is not bragging.
I made a one-handed catch at the game, and then I tweeted about it, and it was about how I took mushrooms and made this great catch. And
so you're like Doc
Ellis.
Doc Ellis pitching a no-hitter on LSD.
We have the first Metallica thing I wanted to do, I'm sharing a video right now. I wanted to talk a little bit about some of the products that they have, so I'm just going to hit play on this video. We'll hear it. It'll be great.
Join us, couldn't make it, but I'm going to kick it to a quick video from a friend of ours that just wanted to say hello real quick. So James, are you out there? Do we have James on the line? Hang on one second. I think that he's patching in real quick.
Look at this beauty. Oh, very nice. Finally. Hey, Drew Estates fans.
They have a brand of cigars, which are imbued with the spirit of Metallica because they're dipped in the blackened whiskey, which is imbued with the spirit of Metallica because when the whiskey's in the barrel, they play Metallica songs to it.
That's really far removed, the cigar, I feel like, from having any. It's like has barely any remnant, like a little bit of tiny bit of Metallica, but it's like it's filtering through so much before it gets to the cigar. The whiskey, absolutely. You're playing the music directly for the whiskey. That's going to be fully Metallica, infused. I agree.
I did see a guy say that the noise of Metallica makes the proof higher because it pushes the whiskey in towards the middle of the barrel. I saw that.
This is just fantasy you're talking about
well,
here.
this is a real thing. We're not making this up. Metallica really has a brand of whiskey that they play.
Oh, I believe that.
Yeah,
that part's not fantasy.
That's
the idea
the
that you're like, it's like playing Mozart up against like a pregnant stomach.
Yeah, it's pretty. Tom, are you a whiskey drinker? Do you drink whiskey?
I don't like whiskey. Brown alcohol is not my thing.
Oh, okay.
So
I was going to talk to you for 5 to 10 minutes about my favorite brand, Pappy Van Winkle, but we don't have to, I guess.
No, let's talk about bourbon.
No,
please don't. We did it already a bunch of times.
Nothing more interesting than when whiskey drinkers or pot smokers get really granular about what they're interested in.
Do you understand the concept of something being buttery?
They say
butter.
That's
I understand.
Whiskey though. There's a whiskey that's very buttery. I've read.
But it's not going to be butter. The thing is though, when they call things buttery or like, oh, this is chocolatey or buttery, it's just like then you try it. It's like, no, it's not.
I agree. They
say it's actually
chocolatey
chocolate.
Yeah. I buy coffee all the time where they're like, it's got notes of all this stuff you like, and I drink it. I was like, it's fucking.
Well, the reason they say it has notes in it because that means it doesn't have it in it, but it's like you need to be the highest. You need to be so finely attuned to the thing. Look, I'm sure it's in there. I'm just not that. I don't have that kind of palate to where I can appreciate the notes of like oh, this has the notes of oak in here. It's like, okay, well, okay, I don't want to eat a tree.
I think the only time I can really feel if something has there's this whiskey I drink, Metallica whiskey, and I can tell because it clearly has the notes of
Enter
Metallica
Sandman
songs, Enter Sandman, things like that, infused into the whiskey.
This is from the forum, the Metallica forum. It goes, one of the biggest names in heavy metal is now in the cigar business. Metallica guitarist and vocalist James Hetfield has partnered with cigar maker Jonathan Drew and blackened distiller Rob Dietrich on a new cigar brand called Blackened Cigars, M81 by Drew Estate. The Almadoro handmade cigars will come in 4 sizes and they will begin shipping to retailers in December. The cigars are scheduled to be handed out on both nights of Cigar Aficionado's Big Smoke Las Vegas.
Oh, God. At one point, these guys were hungry and rehearsing in a closet and just going for it. And now they're just like, let's make cigars.
You know what we like? So the first comment was never smoked a cigar before, but I suddenly want to try it. So
that's the dumbest. That's the luck to you with that one.
You think that, Tom? Do you think that's a really dumb way to think? Maybe.
That James Hetfield is encouraging you to smoke. Yeah, the only thing it makes me want is like for Metallica to have like some sort of like. It's like there could be like a whole thing where it's just like we go and we get vasectomies. Like if Metallica starts sponsoring a vasectomy thing, and then all these Metallica fans get vasectomies.
Yeah.
And then it just lessens the population of Metallica fans.
Well, this guy says, you don't need to try it. I'm sober now, and I'm still going to collect blackened whiskey. I don't smoke, but I'll buy a box to look at.
To look at it.
Well, James Hetfield doesn't drink.
He smokes though. He
loves but he doesn't drink at all, and he still loves the whiskey. So it's like, yeah, you don't have to necessarily drink alcohol to appreciate this whiskey. You just have to like Metallica.
What else he loves about that whiskey is the money he gets.
But
it's a profit thing for him.
But he does like the smell of it too. I don't know if you heard him talking about it. I don't know. I mean, I guess you could say that profit is but you hear him talking about it. He seems to really love this whiskey. You know.
Well, let's see if he'll do it for free, and then we'll find out how much he enjoys talking about it. And
it is funny to hear him. I mean, when you hear him talking about it, and then you sort of realize afterwards that you realize afterwards that he couldn't have ever drank it, so how would he know all of this or think any of this stuff? But I don't think people I don't think the fans really care. Again, it's just these fans of Metallica that are like, I will get anything that has Metallica on it. Yeah.
This guy goes, I think it's very cool for James. He's a cigar guy, and he can actively partake in the blackened cigars. So they know he can't drink the whiskey.
They know.
They're kind of like, hey, he's really bummed out that the whiskey that he's like, that's one of his big things in life. He's like, I don't get to drink the whiskey. I know I can smell how delicious it is, but I'm not able to. Can you make me a product that we can sell? Sure. Hey, we'll make a little money, but can we make a product that I can fucking enjoy, you know?
Yeah,
and they're like, we got you, James. Yeah.
This guy goes, always wanted to try a cigar. I guess now I have the perfect opportunity.
Always wanted to try a cigar. And what exactly stopped you before?
Boy, if only I could get my hands on one of those cigars.
Is that might be a
so
kid?
much about.
Is that a child? That could be a child.
Not a child. It could be. I mean, I guess, but
Been waiting for the opportunity. Well, maybe you want to check out the store on every corner of every city that sells cigars.
Yeah.
None of them have any Metallica in them at all. This guy goes, since Enter Night and Black and Whiskey, Enter Night's a beer that they sold.
Oh, I didn't. So thank you. But I didn't know that they also had a beer that they sold.
Yeah, they have a beer. This guy goes, I've often thought how cool it would be if they made something like a battery energy drink. I'm straight edge myself, so I can't really partake in any of the alcoholic beverage. Mm-hmm. I do have Enter Night and Blacken, but never tasted any. Yeah. But I'm an avid consumer of energy drinks and will be all over that shit. So
an avid consumer of energy drinks. I mean, is that are you addicted to energy drinks? Is that the word that you would use for that?
Active consumer? Yeah, that sounds like
active consumer.
I have a problem with energy drinks.
Because energy drinks aren't I don't know a lot, but I think they're good in moderation only. I don't think it's something you're supposed to be drinking regularly as part of your diet.
6 to 8 a day, and if Metallica made one, I could get up to 10 to 15. My thought.
Yeah, and then you can look and see James Hetfield drinking one of his energy drinks on the side of the.
Oh yeah,
maybe that's what he needs. Is if this is the angle.
Mm-hmm.
He comes out. He says, "Look, folks, I would do these shows. I would have to drink coffee every 4 songs, but now that we've got this energy drink,
oh my god,
I'm on stage the whole night. I don't have to leave the stage once. I just drink this and I'm good to go all night." It's almost like he's setting the table.
Yes.
For this product endorsement. It does what coffee can't do.
That was his own cameraman who took that viral video of him backstage drinking coffee. Yeah, he's just setting the stage. I think for the past couple of years has been setting the stage for this, and then that would be. I mean, do they? No, they would do
Eagle
that.
Rock in Eagle Rock, California, Los Angeles. Serge from System of a Down owns a coffee shop.
Oh, I should go there.
You should.
And a friend of mine, if you go in it, you can buy signed System of a Down albums and things. The coffee was actually, I went there once. It was very good. And a friend of mine goes there like every day. And finally, Serge came in. He was so excited. My friend Alex Scordelis, he was like, Serge. Finally saw him. He came in. He was very nice. So Serge has the thing figured out in terms of the coffee side of things.
Has a perfect name for an energy drink too.
He does. Serge has it just spelled like his name, but it's like it looks. Yeah, that's good.
Well, on the Metallica forum, which by the way, if you search Metallica forum, it comes up to a page that's actually in their store where you can buy something. So I was like, that's a very Metallica thing to have happen.
Yeah, what a better way. Like, there's certain people where they're like, we are popular now and we have these dedicated fans. And then some people are like, well, we're going to just respect them. And then there's other people like, well, we're popular now. We have these dedicated fans. Let's shake them down for every nickel we can get from them. They will buy anything we put out. So let's put that to the test and just make as many things as we can. It's a really kind of,
let's get them taking out loans.
Makes me sad.
Let's get them taking out loans. People, sure, they can't afford anything else. But
Oh,
these
well,
people
there's a
can get credit.
Ticketmaster review a little later on where maybe somebody's going to suggest.
I mean, it's the Kiss model. I think, is Kiss the first band that
Kiss's
did that?
stuff is so shitty. Everybody knows Kiss's stuff is so shitty.
I don't
It's
know.
like, it's not they're like, Metallica's like trying to be a lifestyle brand, like an upper class.
Yeah, you're right. It is a
lifestyle
little
brand.
bit different, maybe, but they're both trying to just, like shake down their fans for as much money as possible. Anybody who likes them. So I feel like Kiss was the first. Like they're obviously famous. They have like some of the crazy, like the most ridiculous. They've sort of ran with it as a joke. Like they're like, look at us.
Marketing anything with their logo on it.
Yeah, just selling all kinds of ridiculous shit, and it's almost become
junk.
a joke now. Yeah,
I mean,
like
look,
junk.
the Beatles did that in like 1964. There was like Beatles combs and Beatles this and like the garbage, just pure garbage that was being made that said the Beatles on it.
So the Beatles did it before Kiss even? You're saying this is just
they had little puppets and all these. They had so much garbage that they made that said the Beatles on it. And so they kind of like Elvis and the Beatles kind of started that level of exploiting teenagers, but these are now exploiting adults.
50-year-olds.
Yeah, that is the difference, isn't it? Yeah.
This guy asks on the Metallica forum, if you were to meet Metallica, what would you say? So let's say you were lucky enough to one day meet Metallica. Yeah, my dream. What would be some of the things you'd like to say to them? And for those of you lucky enough to have met any of the members of Metallica, what did you say? I'm sure in the meet and greets, you don't have much time to talk to them. I guess the one thing I'd want to tell them is thanks for staying together and continuing the Metallica legacy for all of us to enjoy.
Well, that would probably I would just like to say, yeah, the most generic compliment that I could think of to them that they've heard 1,000 times.
And just the idea of why don't we reinforce the unhealthy dynamic of this thing even a little further, that I'm going to thank you for giving me a chance to spend money on you at every turn. Thank you for providing that opportunity for me. Well, you're welcome. I'm glad we could help you out like that.
Lars like, oh, hey, no problem, man.
Yeah.
This guy goes, kind of wish I'd had kids 10 years ago so they'd be old enough to see a Metallica show before you guys hang it up. Unless you want to play into your mid-60s, of course. Well, spoiler.
Yeah, spoiler.
They're
Yeah,
going
they
to
do
do that.
Anywhere.
They want
They're going to run this thing into the ground.
Yes. I mean, members
They
are going to
have.
Yes, members will die. Like, I think if Lars died tomorrow, there would still be a Metallica tour next year. They would he's really replaceable anyway.
All right, well, here, let's put a percentage on the certainty of each member of the band continuing if a member, and we're not rooting for anybody to pass away, but just like, so
not even Lars. We're not even rooting for Lars.
100% they continue. 100%.
Yes, 100.
Kirk, I'm going to say 95% chance they continue.
He's not an original.
But they like it, but he's the most likable.
But he's
to us.
To us, that's true. To us, we see him as the most human, normal, likable member.
Yeah, the hardcore fans probably think he's like a cuck.
Yeah, they probably hate him. Yeah.
They really hate Jason Newsted, is who the big Metallica fan guys hate his guts.
If Lars, I'm going to say 75% chance they continue.
Well, he might have some contractual thing that he's fucking snaked in there where they're not able to after he dies. Like, I feel like he could pull some shit like that for sure.
Yeah.
I would say James is like 5%. I think James is the only person on that stage that's kind of irreplaceable in a way.
They would replace him if
they would
could.
Replace him. Yeah,
they'd get somebody from like, I don't know these bands. Avenged Sevenfold.
Yeah.
That sounds like the name of a band that would have somebody in it that would replace him.
I
The guy
feel
from
like
Buck Cherry or something.
the reason
Josh
that,
Todd.
like the fact that they have Lars still there is again what says to me that they would continue, because if James died, Lars would be figuring it out very quickly how he could continue to make money from Metallica.
I mean, if Van Halen can replace David Lee Roth, who was identified as the main guy in Van Halen as far as like the general population was aware, like casual people thought of him.
Mm-hmm.
And then we kicked him, no problem. They kept going.
Pantera is back out on tour now, and that's only two of the guys, and it's one of them's the bass player Rex. It's like, nobody cared about it. This guy goes, I would say, fellas, this is a very common Metallica guy thing. I'm going to tell you guys, fellas, how about forgetting the lyrics and music to Nothing Else Matters for all the Texas tour dates? They do not like that song at all. Like,
the fans don't?
They hate it. Yeah, all of them. They think they've heard it too many times. I was reading a thread about a covers album that Metallica put out, which was ridiculous. It was not that they made, people covering them.
So,
and
like country artists and things like that.
A few of those, and like they were like Miley Cyrus did Nothing Else Matters, but like 4 bands did Nothing Else Matters, and then 4 bands did, like, it was like an absurd amount of bands playing covers of the same song. I've never seen anything like.
Why didn't they couldn't they have coordinated that if they were making an album and like talked to them beforehand and been like, okay, you do this song and then you do this song? Like people just weren't willing to. They're like, no, I won't. I'll only do Nothing Else.
Dug in their heels on this one.
I can look it up. It was really a strange, like, because I am a big fan of or was a big, well, I guess I would say I'm still a big fan of the Nativity in Black albums. They were Black Sabbath albums with other metal guys doing like versions of the songs. Sepultura has a great Symptom of the Universe, and Typo Negative, of course, has a great Black Sabbath. But like, I love those. But they were just all bands picking one song. I've never seen one where like 4 bands cover one song. Like, I would never listen. Yeah. I can't even imagine. First of all, I can't imagine listening to any of this stuff. I actually did see like the box sets they're releasing. So they just released a Load box set.
And it has it's like the most over the top box imaginable.
1,800 minutes of Metallica is what they sell it as.
And look, I don't like Metallica. I don't own any Metallica records. The last Metallica record I had was the Garage Days, the first thing that. I never got anything out. I have a weird little completist glitch in my head where I see a box set that big and I'm just like, I wonder if I could listen to everything on that. Yeah, I don't know what the original Load album sounds like in top to bottom. I know songs from it, but I don't know what the whole thing sounds like. But now I'm ready to consider this enormous box set and be just like, yeah, then I would hear the whole thing. But I won't do it. That's the other.
How many minutes did you say it was?
He said 1,800 minutes of Metallica, but it's like 5 of the same song. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, it's like, oh, this is the version of Until It Sleeps that we did on this day. And this is another version. It's like 5 demos of the same song. Like, I can't, in my mind, picture somebody, because I don't listen to any remasters and I don't understand remasters at all. I don't hear anything.
Well, yeah, but you don't understand any of that
don't?
stuff. You've got. He doesn't even have any sort of, but Ryan doesn't even have any like things on his like stones on his cables and stuff like that. And I'm not an audiophile,
and I also I've listened to 100 remastered albums that I had when I was a kid, and they all sound exactly the same to me. I never can hear it. But Tom, I'm listening to like Korn and stuff like that. So that might be the problem. This cover album had 6 versions of Enter Sandman on it. Mac DeMarco, Ghost, Juanes, Rina Sayama, and Weezer did Enter Sandman. It had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 versions of Sad But True. And then it's so long. I think it's 100 songs. It's crazy. It's just
no reason for that to exist.
Slop. This guy goes, when I met them, I introduced myself and shook their hand and said my name. Keep in mind, we're strangers to them, and this seemed like the polite thing to do. A lot of people said, you guys rock. Please find something else to say, as this is the phrase they hear most and rings hollow. I met Lars, Kirk, and Rob at a meet and greet, and I met James at a Raiders game in 2006.
Oh, God.
All are very down-to-earth guys. Just be yourself and you'll be fine.
Lars is a very down-to-earth guy.
Yeah, I know. He seems down to earth. Yeah.
I don't know how
First thing I would say about it if I had to describe him. Well, he's down to earth, of course.
One of the weirdest men in music. Like I've been trying to figure this out. Like, who is the funniest band? Like that. And Metallica and Disturbed are the two that get me. Buck Cherry also, but like,
you mean funny, like laughing at, not with?
Yeah,
just weird.
Yeah,
just
obviously the funniest band that we're laughing with is Bloodhound Gang. We all know that they're known as the funniest.
Of course, who hasn't thrilled to Jimmy Pop and his fun wordplay?
But yeah, I think Metallica is the funniest one because you can find videos of James Hetfield like selling cigars. That's a fucking crazy thing to just have.
Yeah,
like,
them talking about the whiskey is crazy. Like they're talking about that guy who we saw on screen at the beginning with the big mutton chop sideburns or whatever. He's like the whiskey guy who makes whiskey with them, and there's these videos of them talking really seriously about it. But also, I think what makes them funny is that the famous documentary or whatever where you got to everybody sort of got to see how they acted as a band, and it was really embarrassing, I feel like, the way that they were acting a lot of the time.
This one is very strange. This guy goes, when I talked to Kirk about collecting comics and movie memorabilia, how I love the old classics, and how I was at the show with one of his wife's best friends. I talked to Rob about surfing, and he was pretty wasted, so he barely talked. Lars, I was going to talk to about drumming and movies, but he never shut up, so I couldn't get a word in. Very Lars-ish.
Lars not even not letting the fan even talk because he's telling the fan about a bunch of bullshit. Yeah, I don't know what type of, this guy sounds like he's like trying to say like, I was at a party. Like he's trying to say he has a familiarity with them, you know? Like he's like, oh, this one I talked about this. And yeah, so this guy's kind of, I like when people show up to a forum like this and they kind of try to be like, yeah, I'm
I'm a big deal.
I'm a big deal kind of a guy around here. I actually kind of know these guys that you all adore.
He does say James was the most down-to-earth guy of them all. He looked me right in the eye, shook my hand, and asked how I was. I talked to him about his car collection. If he had it.
How down-to-earth do you have to be, though, to shake somebody's hand and say, how are you?
No, the bar is so low on these interactions that if somebody treats someone like a human, they are so weirdly impressed by that.
Yeah,
it's just like
he
looked at me and he said, "How are you doing?" Oh my God, he's the nicest guy ever.
Salt of the earth, salt of the earth.
He didn't tell you, get away from me, you loser. Like he didn't say that.
This guy could have hit me. He obviously could have hit me easily. I couldn't have done anything about it. Meanwhile, instead, he shook my hand.
He shook my hand and said, "How you doing?"
He didn't slap me once.
And so then we talked about his cars.
Yeah, then I talked about a bunch of shit that I read about him on the internet. I feel like down to earth is the go-to thing to say when you meet a celebrity. So it's not even considered how outrageous it is to say about really any celebrity. None of them are really down to earth at all. They're the least down to earth people in the world. And yeah, but that's the sort of thing to say, hey, this guy, no, he's Very nice, very down to earth.
This guy goes,
Yeah.
I've written about this on here before. I met James on the street in Chicago in 2009, and I was so surprised it was him. The only thing I said was, hey, James, how you doing? He said, doing good, man, and kept walking. That was good enough for me.
That's just a normal. That's a normal interaction. That's. I mean, that's. I feel like, hey, you noticed it was him. Hey, Jay, and then, hey, how's it going? I feel like that's not offensive to anybody, and that's probably There's very few people on this forum that would act that way if they met James.
Not a story you should tell twice.
Oh yeah, why are you retelling that one? Yeah, I've already told this yarn once, but strap in, guys.
Short piece of yarn on that one. Also, how you doing? Good, man.
This guy finally says, I like this guy a lot. This is the kind of guy that you read when you do these, like when we did the Tool episodes, there were a couple of these guys too. Very more than likely, nothing at all. Maybe a knowing, we both know, I know who you are, and we both know I dig what you do, nod of the head. And that's the most I'd ever imagine. As much as I enjoy their work, they've been told how much people like their music and how great they are every day since about 1983. They appreciate us enjoying what they do, but gushing over them makes them uncomfortable. And there isn't a single thing I could say to them that they wouldn't have heard 15 times earlier that same day. But I guess it wouldn't hurt to politely ask for Fixer live just once. So I like that because it's a guy that's like, you can't. They're people. They're down to earth guys. You don't have to talk to them. What are you going to say to them that they haven't already heard?
But this is where you get in trouble too. I got in trouble like this when I met Patti Smith in an elevator. I tried to get clever and say something that she hadn't heard before, and it ended up creating the weirdest moment possible.
Do you want to remind people what did you say?
Sure. Why don't I just remind them? I asked her, how are the shows going? Because she was playing at San Francisco. How are the shows going? She said, oh, they're good. They're long. I'm tired, but they're great. And I said, so did you ever see Humble Pie back in the day? The band Humble Pie? Because I just talked to a cab driver, and this was in San Francisco. I had been in Memphis a few weeks earlier, and a cab driver talked about Humble Pie and how much he loved them. And then I live, he said you wouldn't believe how great they were live. So I asked Patti Smith that, and she just looked at me terrified, and then got off, I think, on a floor that wasn't her floor, just to get off the elevator. And when I got off the elevator, I told John Worster was there, and my comedy partner and best friend and all that stuff. And I said to him, told him what happened. He was just like, oh, you can't ever tell anybody that. Like, that should die right here with the two of us. And I was like, I'm going to tell people about this one. But it's a trap to try to outsmart yourself and say something to somebody who you know and they don't know you. If you're a fan of somebody, just go, hey, thanks for all the stuff. I can't tell you how much it means to me. And then they'll go, oh, thanks so much. I really appreciate it.
Yeah. Don't overthink it. A lot of these guys, when they become super fans, they overthink it tremendously, I feel like. And you just want to go in and be genuine and just,
or if you do have a question that's like a little left of center about them, though, go like, hey, when you did this album, what happened with the blah, blah, like whatever. And just like, and they could go, we were working on it. We were, what, then they get the answer. Oh, cool. Well, it's my favorite. Thanks so much. And then you walk away.
I've told this on like bonus stuff before, but like when I was a teenager, I met Fred Durst. Now, I was very excited about this, but I didn't ask him anything about Limp Bizkit. I said, can I have your autograph? And then I said, hey, have you heard the new Deftones album? Because it hadn't been released yet. And he was like, yeah, I have it in the bus. Let me go grab it and I'll play it for you guys. And he went in the bus and he never came out.
He didn't have the album, Tom. He just thought these fucking idiot kids. What the fuck are they asking me this stupid question for?
Have you heard the new Deftones album that's not out yet? Yeah, I know. Yeah, of course I do. Why wouldn't I? Why wouldn't I have a copy of every record that isn't out yet?
Exactly.
Oh, it's right on the bus. Let me go grab it.
They stood out there for so long.
Anything else you want?
We stood out there until it left. Yeah. We stood out there until the bus left is what we did. And it was a long time because they were opening for Faith No More. So like they were waiting. So we stood out there and then they left and we're like, for years I was like, Fred Durst is a fucking dick. And then I was like, but I didn't. Now that I'm a little older, I'm like, well, I did ask him about something that he has nothing to do with.
Yeah.
And he's also a guy that when you hear people talk about him, they're all like, oh, he's like the nicest guy in the world. So I don't know. This guy asks on the Metallica subreddit, he goes, does anyone know what Metallica thinks of people's feelings on their more hated albums?
Would that be like Load, Reload, and Saint Anger? Is that what we're talking about?
Lulu.
Okay. Those two that I hear mostly are those Load, Reload, and Saint Anger, which Saint Anger.
Yeah, I mean,
for
those
me,
are proper Metallica albums. Lulu is Metallica backing up Lou Reed.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
That one is bad.
Well, if we're talking singles as well, then wait.
Hold on. Wait, what? Say that again?
That one, Lulu is legitimately really a bad album.
Well, you're legitimately wrong. It's actually a masterpiece, and it really is. And it's an album, Lou Reed making an album basically about how he's dying now. And you go listen to Junior Dad, and you tell me when you listen to it, knowing that he knows he's dying, and then you tell me whether you still think it's bad.
Okay. Now I'm going to listen to Lulu again.
Look, I hated it when it came out. I hated it. I thought it was just beyond awful, and it's a bad pairing. But Lou Reed he knew A, these guys will help me get attention for a record, and B, they're going to play this like thudding, relentless thing that I can take advantage of because that's the vibe of this record. It's a very violent record, and he knew he could get that violence from them. And it's the last thing he ever did. He died shortly after it came out. And when it came out, David Bowie said to Laurie Anderson, Lou's widow, the amazing Laurie Anderson, he said, Lulu is the best thing Lou ever did, and people will catch up to it. And
well, I just want to say I'd like to apologize for my co-host who's not quite yet caught up, but I want to assure you I am a huge fan of Lulu. It's one of my favorite albums, and I 100% agree with all the stuff that Tom
to you.
said.
So you're making this up.
No,
He's
I haven't.
mean
I love
to
Lou
me
Reed, though.
for
I
you.
love Lou Reed. I love
Me
Lou
too.
Reed, and so I've not heard that album, but I will listen to it. I liked their
So
collaboration.
this is just
with,
a web of lies here, this show.
oh, the whole
He
show
does
is
Heard
this
the
stuff.
album. Oh, it's my favorite.
Oh,
I can't sort through this.
I'm constantly lying, but I will. The truth is, I trust your opinion on music a lot, and I will listen to that
Oh, you're
album.
very sweet. I'm just saying I was wrong. I was as wrong as can be on it. I was one of the people who hated on it big time. So I have walked it all the way back.
What about their collaboration with Ja Rule?
That one's good too.
Have you heard that song, the collab? Everybody, if you've not heard that, make sure that is, in my opinion, the worst piece of music that I've ever heard. I really believe that it is. It doesn't. It's like noise. It's like a bunch of different songs playing on top of each other. Is really what it sounds like, in not a good way at all.
So it's Ja Rule and Metallica
And Swizz Beats as
and
well.
Swizz Beats
It's
thrown in.
brutal.
Yes,
it
it
is
is.
a brutal song.
Can you play a bit of it? Pull it up right now and play a bit. It is honestly just put in Metallica. Yeah, it is really, really hard to listen to in so many ways. I don't know what they're going for exactly. I think it's like sort of recognizes Metallica's worst song ever as well. So
Here it is. It's called We Did It Again.
we did it again.
It's from the Biker Boys soundtrack. It's so bad. It's the worst song.
Well, they're thinking,
man.
yeah, we did it.
Yeah.
We
I
made
think
the
he
worst
does.
song
we
in
made
history.
the worst song. That's what they're talking about.
No, that's
Biker Boys.
This is one of the few times I've been in favor of the audio limitations of streaming to where that sounded, I could barely hear it.
Oh yeah, that's true. The noise gate definitely helped us a lot there. Yeah.
So this guy seems
heard the song. I'm going to put one out there that I think is a rock hip hop collab that I think might go toe to toe with that. The Beach Boys and the Fat Boys did a version of Wipeout.
I think I know that one, and because I liked the Fat Boys for a period. I was a Fat Boys guy when I was a kid. Love Disorderlies. Love the "Are You Ready for Freddy" song. That's the one I know of. The Fat Boys featuring Robert England as Freddy Krueger.
Yeah. I knew that's weird. I know you told me when you were younger you're a big fan of Fat Boys, but I thought it was in reference to the big old titties you used to like to suck.
Oh, shut
Tom,
up!
Did
don't
you
say
know
that?
Tom, did you know?
Tom, don't. He
just an
does
important
this.
thing to know is that Brian, when he was younger, his favorite thing to do is to suck on titties.
It wasn't my favorite thing to do.
For 3 hours at a time. It was the only thing that he would do when he was hooking up with a girl.
We're talking about Metallica right now, not my.
I'm shutting down. This is shutting me down.
Thank you.
You don't talk that way about my friend Brian.
Thank you.
Listen, I'm not talking any kind of way. That's the truth. Honestly,
the truth is the truth. That's a fair point. I have
a contract. I have a contract where if we have a certain level of guest on the show, I'm actually it's in the contract. I have to bring it up.
You're going to submarine him.
I have to bring that up.
Somebody.
That particular thing I have to.
Did it to Joe Pera.
Well, this is what I want to ask you then, Brian.
Okay, good.
Why did you ever disclose anything like this?
We were talking about something, and it we were talking about the TV show Real Sex.
Yeah.
And then you thought you were on it?
We weren't talking about. Were we talking about Roseanne? Oh no, sorry. Roseanne was the show that you got caught jerking off to.
That's a whole different. Stop telling
what
stories.
What kind of conversations are you guys having over there?
They're sometimes very gross.
Tom, it's really
this is locker room talk.
It is.
Locker room talk was. This is locker room talk.
Honestly, the show could be done in a locker room. Like, do you know the Pineapple Lifestyle?
The Pineapple Lifestyle. What do you mean?
Never mind. It's a swingers. We talk a lot about swingers.
Will put like a pineapple logo on things.
Upside down pineapple. If you see upside down,
I didn't know it was upside down because I bought like a pineapple. I bought a pineapple thing when I was just decorating my office.
Yeah,
and then I didn't realize it had any significance toward anything like that.
It's kind of unfair because there are pineapple stuff on like decoration. Fruit. Yeah, people decorate it, and then they've kind of co-opted it, and it is technically upside down. But yeah, if you see a pineapple and you're a real horny swinger, then you take it as some sort of a sign or whatever.
Yeah. So what does this mean? That SpongeBob lives in a sex shop?
We got this is a common Metallica fan thing.
How big is that thermos you have there? That water bottle?
Thank you. It's 10 feet. He drinks too much water.
I don't think too much.
Looks like you're drinking from a pipe.
It's forced perspective. Like it's closer, right, to the camera.
No, I'm aware of forced perspective, but that's
Thomas directed videos. He's directed music videos.
I know. I'm well aware. Listen,
this guy knows forced perspective. He's directed.
I'm on your side here.
I know. Look, I have no allegiance to. I love both of you.
Oh, that's nice.
So I'm going to give you both the business and none of you the business.
I mean, we've both been on your show before, so that's kind of cool. I mean, Brian was on as an invited guest. I was on as a caller on your first ever podcast show off of WFMU, where I asked a real asinine question and you humored me.
First of all, what show was that? My first one, the first one back?
First podcast that you did was just like a podcast, and maybe
2015, something like that.
Yeah, that would track. Yeah, around 2015. Okay. I asked you I just wanted to get on, so I asked you I had nothing to ask really, but I said something about you being a podcaster now, and I think some other person like Marilyn Manson had a podcast, and I said, how do you feel about, being in competition? And you were very polite. You were very polite, and you managed to like keep it going and not make me feel stupid. So I wanted to say thanks for that, but I also just wanted to mention that we've both been on your show. So we're
of course.
Yeah, we've both been on there.
I'm the biggest fan. That's why Chris is embarrassing me right now.
This is from Chris. You just know you come to Los Angeles, you come on the show.
Well, I can tell
He'll
you,
never do it. He's afraid.
I literally can't come to America. It's not up to me. I can't. I've been advised it wouldn't be a smart move. We were gonna tour out there and everything, but yeah, if things change,
could do it.
Yeah, I mean,
listen,
You
Tom,
think you're gonna get stopped at the border? They're gonna go through your phone. This is what you do.
Okay.
This is what you do. Well, this is what you do. Just
Okay.
listen.
Oh, this is gonna help.
I know things. If you guys would only for once listen to me.
Okay.
You take your cell phone, you put the picture on the cell phone. The screen is the Trump getting shot, and he's got his arms up.
Yeah.
Those TSA people, border people, they look at that thing, they go, "Yeah, this guy's all right."
Yeah,
that's true.
Through.
You could pull that off.
Yeah,
I'm serious. If you put that on as your screen, just him, like the defiant, heroic Trump picture. When that image came out, everybody said, we were having a conversation. We all were just like, he's going to win the election now.
Oh, yeah.
That picture's
was a
undeniably powerful. And
it's a background screen of a lot of phones, no doubt about it.
Make it yours and then come to America. We might not let you out because you're such a patriot.
The big problem I have is that the way I was going to get in there was like through my old channel and press about my old channel. And my old channel, I would cause trouble with the guy named Sebastian Gorka a lot, who's now like a terrorism czar at the White House, and JD Vance, who's now the vice president at the White House. So that's my issue. I feel like is unfortunately. Listen, I would love to come to America. I love America, but I'm just not really welcome there anymore. So many Canadians and other people around the world, I no longer feel welcome in America.
Oh, no, it's the tourism economy is cratering in America right now because nobody wants to come here. I don't blame anybody for it. All kidding aside, I do not blame anybody for wanting to.
Yeah, I mean, it sucks. It's where we would go to. Like, that's where we would go on vacation. We would go to American places on vacation. Obviously, I live in Vancouver. It's right on the border. So we would just go so regularly. And it's just like, it's not even really a thought anymore for so many people. It's really wild. It's really
Nardwuar around town. How's that going?
Oh, I wish. I'm a huge fan of Nardwuar. He
hasn't seen Ryan Reynolds, which I'm bummed out about.
I hate Ryan Reynolds, but I love Nardwuar. See, Tom knows real Vancouver celebrities that we actually love here, like people like Nardwuar. We love Nardwuar around here.
Do you know my friend Liz Kirschenbaumer?
I don't.
She's on comedy. She does fanzines and stuff. And she's very nice and supports Best Show. And it's
And she's in Vancouver.
She's Vancouver, yes. Another Vancouver person, Dan Behar, of course.
Oh, yes.
Dan Behar from Destroyer.
I've seen him play music. I don't know him, but I've seen him on stages many a times.
Yes.
So this is a question, getting you guys back on track here. This is a question that's often asked by Metallica.
We went off track.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I can't handle that.
Mr. Quinby, by the way.
Oh, sorry. I get yelled at if you don't talk about enough of the thing.
Yeah, no, it's
I'm
true.
I'm the one that gets
Who
yelled
yells
at
you?
The people that listen. He did this show and he didn't even talk about it.
I mean, truthfully, they yell at me mostly because I'm the one who derails it, and they'll get really mad at me. Oh, good. Chris had to bring up that Bryan sucked on titties again. We already know that. And
so this is a Metallica fan thing.
When you told him that, did you know it was a mistake the second you said it?
Yeah. I mean, anything I say I am a victim in all this stuff. Like everything I do, I won't.
Like,
even
what are some of the other examples
office.
of stuff that you've said where it's sort of bit? Yeah,
none. There aren't any other things.
I mean, I could think of a couple of them.
This guy asks, "Can we get
to pull
Metallica?"
off your to rip
No,
out your
come
underwear.
on.
You had to rip out your underwear because your dick and balls got too hot on a plane.
But see, this now you're going too far with it.
He's
Now
gone
you're-
too far.
Now
Thank
you're
you.
going too far with. Now I don't want you coming.
If I was
into
going
America.
too far, Tom, I would tell you that he recommended a guy for a job at his call center, and the guy got fired for jerking off at his desk.
That wasn't my fault. I had nothing to do with that. So anyway, this is a common Metallica question. Can
You're
we
like
get
evil, aren't you?
Yes, he is. I got to deal with it every time we record.
Yeah.
He does stuff.
You're like the devil. You mix truth with lies, and you're
still
out.
mad. Are you still mad at me because I said that I loved Lulu? I apologize. I swear
I
I
don't-
will. I will listen to it, Tom, and I will tell you my honest opinion on it. I will
Honestly?
send you.
Well, this is it.
Tom,
Whatever
what's your
you
cell
think
phone
of it
number?
is what you think of it.
What's your cell phone number? I'll text you regularly about it.
You have a better chance of figuring out the nuclear codes than getting my cell phone number.
Oh, that's what you think, Tom. I actually can get cell phone numbers.
No,
So
come on. So anyway, these guys are asking, can we get Metallica for the Super Bowl 60 halftime show in San Francisco? Is it just me, or is Metallica the ultimate headliner for the Super Bowl 60 halftime show in San Francisco, California, the city they call home? This is very common every year. Before they have announced the Super Bowl performers,
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
these guys are all like, yeah, Metallica. What the fuck is wrong with you? Just Metallica. Like it is like
I even know about this. Like this is a well-known thing that every year before they come out in droves saying like, this is the year. It's got to be Metallica now, right?
This guy goes, nope, they play live. I have no interest in Super Bowl shenanigans. And the band has said this on many occasions. That I don't believe. I think Metallica will play the Super Bowl in a second.
Mhm.
Like,
Oh, I don't know. I think they got a little bit too much integrity for something like that.
Yeah, exactly. Can we smoke our cigars on stage?
Yeah, we could. Can we sell our whiskey at the concession stands?
Yeah, who wouldn't want to see Metallica do a medley of their hits with then like Luke Bryant or whoever comes up, and Sturgill Simpson has to go up and play with them for part of it.
this guy goes, I was thinking, as for the show or spectacle part of it, they could have choreographers as old soldiers and play One or The Day That Never Comes. So they could play One, which would be a great song for the Super Bowl, I think. You know?
Mhm.
Yeah, because one team's hoping at the end of the day that they've won.
Yeah, that's
No,
right.
it's ONE.
No, I know. I was just trying
This
to
guy
make
goes,
a joke.
maybe it wasn't a fit 10 years ago. Today, every generation knows them. It's played at every sporting event stadium now. The huge pickup youth from Stranger Things. That's a new thing. They were on Stranger Things. Now all the fans think everybody.
Well, the song was on Stranger Things. They weren't on it.
You're telling me the
You
gang
make it
didn't-
sound like they came out of the Upside Down.
Lars was like a sheriff in town or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah. No. And just also, Chris, just so you know, when we talk about football, we're talking about 4 downs in a play football. We're not talking about your beloved BC Lions.
The
Listen,
Rough Riders.
I am the BC Lions are beloved to me. I had season tickets for 12 years actually.
God, you love season tickets. This guy, I've
Yeah.
never had a season ticket in my life.
because you don't like sports.
I do. I go to them all the time.
Listen, I appreciate. I've learned recently, Tom, about the NFL, so I'm well versed in it. I'm well aware that you guys have a version of Canadian football up there, and it seems like it's honestly it's pretty fast paced, and I kind of enjoy it.
Yeah,
in a lot
that's
of
good.
ways.
People like it here. It seems like
Yeah.
it's catching on.
It's honestly some people up here are even watching it now. I find.
Yeah.
This guy goes, why would they bother? All that planning just to get up there and lip sync abbreviated versions of their popular songs? It makes no sense for an actual band anymore. No
Okay,
way we're
whatever.
going to no way we're going to get any tracks from before the Black album, except for maybe one. Not how
Well, what
they
do you
could
also, first of all, what do you think you're going to get from them? Like they're going to show up and then they're going to do something from Kill 'Em All,
yeah.
like a full song from from an album from 1984. It's like, no, it's the Super Bowl. It's not real. It's like Kendrick Lamar is at the highest you can be right now artistically, and he goes on. He just did a medley of stuff.
Yeah.
Jamming them all together. Here's half of this song. Here's one verse of that song. It was one of the best things I ever saw in my life.
This guy says, that's how you'd get me to finally watch American football. And then this other guy, I don't think he understands.
This guy's sitting, fucking smoking his first ever cigar, drinking his first glass of whiskey, watching his first ever football game. He's like, so this is what it feels like.
Day of firsts over there.
And then this final guy goes, it would be the first time I watch an entire Super Bowl. So I don't think he knows what halftime means.
I love these pronouncements that these people make as if any of this matters to any. Well, I guess that'll be the first Super Bowl I ever watch. It's like, who cares? Why do you think you're so important? Well, they're not going to get my,
they won't get my traffic.
They can't count on me watching it. Yeah. Well, you know who else they can count on watching it? Everyone else.
Yeah.
They'll be fine without you.
It's very popular. It's very popular. Even before the Metallica bump, the Super Bowl actually gets pretty good ratings.
Yeah.
So one thing we do on this show a lot is that we discovered, and we hand it to everybody. Anybody can have this. Ticketmaster.com. You can review bands on there.
Shows.
So we have found that you can review shows and bands. So I went and looked up Metallica. This guy goes, 1 star. Empower Field isn't a good venue for concerts. All we could hear was the bass, and we couldn't hear the beautiful voice of James Hetfield.
First of all, you say anything where the name of the venue has field in it. It's just like, you're not there for the sound. You're in a field. It's literally in the title of the venue. It's a field.
Yeah, it's a big issue. It's hard to get good sound when you're if you want to have a venue that big. It's always going to be hard for, I guess some people maybe. I don't go to a lot of arena shows, but it just feels like there's always going to be some struggle with making something sound good in a gigantic stadium.
It's the way sound moves. It's like if you're in a football stadium, the sound travels from one end to the other.
Yeah.
There's just literally the space that it takes and sound bouncing all over the place. It's just like, it's not built for that.
Speaking of, Tom, you brought up the CFL. I know you're a CFL fan. I was at a Grey Cup many years ago. That's, I guess you guys
their
have
Super Bowl.
It's a Super Bowl.
Metallica can't even get a gig on the Grey Cup. Really?
Hey, I'll tell you, one year I went and watched Nickelback was the halftime show. So that was a pretty big band. But the one year I went, it was Black Eyed Peas. That was the halftime show, and you couldn't hear anything. I mean, it was like the worst. You couldn't hear any of the singing. It was the worst sound I had ever heard in my life, and that was just because that was what it was. It was like they hadn't figured it out for sound at all. It was just like a football game going on, this big, gigantic, cavernous football stadium. But yeah, it was a lot of people came just for the Black Eyed Peas, I feel like, and that was...
Oh, that's sad.
Well, that's on them.
Yeah, this guy says expensive but worth it. 5 stars. Saw Metallica more than a dozen times, and this latest tour for 72 seasons has been one of the best so far. Although Ticketmaster somehow manages to uphold a legal monopoly on the ticket purchases, which helps to drive up the overall cost of attending an event like this, I'll still continue to try and see my favorite bands when they're playing, even if someday soon means that I'll have to take out another home equity loan.
Oh my God.
Just joking around, I think, though, but he's commenting on how these crazy fees are. I mean, Ticketmaster is crazy with the fees.
So this person, I don't think understands that they do 2 nights.
Because they've been doing this 72 seasons tour, which is, that's the album.
Yes, it's bad.
And then they don't repeat songs over the course of the 2 nights is what they were doing.
So you don't get a good set on either night, I think would be that's what I noticed. I was like,
were you getting deep cuts though that you hadn't heard in a long time?
They play and so at the show we were at, ICP was on another side stage. performing, and there was like an hour period, or there was like a 45-minute period during the Metallica set where they were only playing stuff from 72 seasons.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just an exodus over to the ICP stage. Just everybody was leaving. I even ended up leaving, to tell you the truth. So, like, I think that I heard a few hits, but not very many. I think Battery and Master of Puppets got played. I didn't hear one or anything like that. But this person is saying, this is a good explanation of what it's like to see one of the shows. This guy goes, only played 4 of their hits. The rest of the songs were deep tracks or new music. No denying their guitar skills, though. Not worth over $200 per ticket. So they
guitar skills. Notice that one instrument not mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
The drums. Yeah. I mean, I think no, not even the biggest Metallica fan can convince themselves. I went and after the episode where we learned about Lars and stuff, I went and looked up how people feel about his drumming.
Yeah, they think he's the worst.
They think he's the worst drummer ever. Like, he's really considered one of the worst. Yeah. He's like the manager. He's like the manager of Metallica. That's what I learned as well, is that he was just kind of like the manager, and he's like, yeah, I'll drum, or whatever.
Yeah. This guy goes, great shows. 4 stars. Metallica put on a great show, even though they took the stage 15 to 20 minutes late.
Oh, no.
Oh, my God. At a rock concert? Okay. That's shocking. That's shocking.
It's 9 minutes. Should have started 9 minutes ago. What's going on here, guys?
I don't know if I've ever been to a rock show that wasn't at least 30 minutes late.
So
they were just always late.
Sometimes on purpose. When we perform live, we start 15 minutes late on purpose. Because it's like, hopefully more people show up, is how I think.
Yeah.
This guy does go.
We pre-sold tickets for our show, so I'm not sure what you mean.
Some people didn't show up. 15 to 20 minutes late both nights, and ended 10 to 15 minutes early. Now that I will agree with.
What does that mean, though? What they don't tell you how long that they're playing for. I've never been to a show.
35 minutes of show.
No, I understand that, but what I'm saying is I've never been to a concert and then the band is like, we will be playing for 1 hour and 20 minutes. Like, how does he know? How does he know the amount they were supposed to be up there for?
He goes, would have been better as one long show, in my opinion, but for revenue to all parties and age of the performers, I understand the reasoning for 2 nights. What would have made it better under that format is to be able to pick different seats for each night. That way it could have truly been a different experience each night. So
that's so weird.
That's very strange.
Such a what an overthink.
He just wanted a different perspective visually.
Yeah.
And if they would have moved him to a different seat and he didn't like it as much as the first seat,
I'm sure he would not have complained about that at all.
Well, he would have understood that that's part of the risk you take, probably, and he would have, taken
the first
his lump.
night I was over from the left, and then the second night I was on the right. I liked the left better than the right.
They moved me, and I was slightly obstructed.
So here's a strange one. This is 4 stars. Metallica still has it, but the staging could have been better. The fact that the stage was so big and didn't rotate was a drawback. I think a smaller, solid, round stage that rotated would have been better for everyone to see.
Yeah, that's just called a different idea, is what that is. It's like, what if we did it in the round this time? It's just like, well, that's called different than what we're doing.
These are guys who a lot of them have a lot of really good ideas. A lot of the guys we talk about in general, we cover that they might not do something professionally, but you'll find that their ideas are like even better than the professional guys' ideas about the same stuff, like wrestling.
The thing with it is, what's missing from the world is not people working hard and making things happen through toil and effort. It's somebody just throwing out ideas and expecting somebody else to just go make them reality. There's such a shortage of that in the world.
This guy is great. I love this guy. He goes, 4 stars, very good, but the stanchions surrounding the stage will provide at least some level of obstruction. If you're getting the best, surprisingly, seating location is to be perpendicular to a stanchion, as this minimizes the stage cross-section that you can't see. It's worrisome because these are categorized as, quote, partially obstructed view. But don't let that scare you. I sat in expensive regular seats the first night and partially obstructed view the second, and the second night had a better view. Also at a much cheaper price. The very lowest rows may be a bit physically closer to the stage, but you're better off being in a higher row. For example, row 15, due to the better elevation for viewing the stage. Metallica's performance was flawless.
That now he's just talking about like the different sort of idea that where you want to sit. Like, yeah, there is a few different schools of thought, I think, on where you want to sit. He's not even talking about stanchions. He's just like, yeah, you want to be about 15 rows up. You can get kind of a better perspective from up there down to the stage. It's like, yeah, everyone knows how that works with like watching anything. That if you're closer, yes, you're closer, and that's nice, but you might lose some of the perspective that you would get if you were further away and you could see everything.
So this is a review for Hardwired, a tribute to Metallica. 4 stars. I've been to over 25 Metallica concerts in my lifetime. I'm the same age as James Hetfield. This tribute band really pulled it off.
What a weird thing to say. I'm the same age as the guy in the band.
Yeah, just to give you an idea how big a fan I am, I'm the same fucking age as him.
We were born the same year. That's how big a fan I am. Something neither of us had any control over.
The tribute band really pulled it off. Of course, the lighting and sound system at Revolution Live is subpar, but it's not Hardwired's fault. The lead singer really tried to act like James. Same clothes, same guitar, same mannerisms that most people there didn't pick up on, but I did.
How do you know if they? How do you know that's? Again, how does he know if other people picked up on those things? Did he ask them? Like they could have just silently been picking up on the things as well.
No, he was like cheering like a seal, and everybody was like,
I mean, this is just one of those guy things where it's just like, yeah, I was tuned in a little bit more than everybody around me to this thing. Like, I'm a little bit of a bigger fan than everyone around me. It's but they're probably thinking the exact same thing.
He overall, I highly recommend them. As close to Metallica as you can get. They played all the classics and some old off-the-cuff tunes, which was cool. I enjoyed the song being the oldest one in the crowd. So he was the oldest guy there.
That's always a cool feeling, I find. Like, I always feel, I'm always like, oh, hell yeah. Ain't nobody even close to as old as me in this fucking place. Like, oh, man, that's so cool.
One last thing I wanted to do here is I went to Amazon and I looked up Load Remastered Expanded Edition. I thought I'd get a few reviews of Load from the people of Amazon, which they're very smart people. And, you know,
they're us. The people of Amazon are us, you know, it's just us.
This guy goes 2 stars. Remastered? Not to these ears.
Oh, shit.
I already own this album twice over, so I'm a fan. That said, I'm always interested in a remaster to gain some extra clarity and oomph. That said, the original recording was a bit muddy, in my opinion, and this remaster does nothing to add clarity or value. He goes, my advice, if you already own this album, don't waste your money on a double dip. I assume the lure here would be for the expanded edition that adds content. It's what we really need more of.
Like what, them talking before the song starts?
No, it's just demo versions of songs. That's what all this stuff is. I review these new metal albums for the POD cast, which is my podcast about new metal. And when we go to listen to the album, sometimes...
Isn't every podcast you do a podcast about new metal, ultimately?
Sometimes, unfortunately, I try to steer it away. Wrestling, too, will pop up every now and then.
I didn't bring up... But we're talking about music, so everybody needs to know what I like, I think.
Yeah.
Just giving you the business a little
You're
bit.
allowed. You're allowed to give me the business. I'll take the business.
Thanks.
But yeah, I'll go to an album that was released in 2003, and it'll have 19 songs on it. And 5 of them are just live versions, remixes, remasters, and because that's the new way to get people to buy stuff now. It's not new, but it's I don't have to own the albums anymore. So they're like, well, we'll sell you an album though. and we'll fix it. I guess
So
this person
is a demo if you're trying to get more like a demo version of it is a longer version of the song before they like cut stuff out of it?
No, a demo is like the first cracks at the song. You know?
So when you say that they're getting more, they're just getting a bunch of different versions of the song. Is that right? I see. Okay.
This guy goes, greedy band makes you buy full album. Few good songs really just wanted King Nothing.
Okay, well then you just figure that out. Other people might want more.
The greedy
might be
band.
Somebody who hates King Nothing.
This is the first time I've heard somebody call Metallica a greedy band, and I was like, I'm gonna have to disagree with you. Mm-hmm. This version of greedy. Obviously, we've talked about all the stuff they're selling.
Yeah, they are a greedy band, definitely, but not. Maybe not in this way, but yeah, that's I like the idea of being like, yeah, they have this great song, and it's like they could just sell it to us for $1, but they're like trying to do the classic capitalist thing where they're like putting it, like where they put the bad flavors in with this to try to sell them. Now all of a sudden, boom! Now all of a sudden it's $10. Well, I just wanted King Nothing. I don't need any of this Saint Anger stuff.
And finally, 2 stars. What happened? This is such a weird review because it's from 2021. This isn't like old.
Yeah.
He goes, the cover has blood and semen mixed together, which that is true. The Load cover, and it's called Load. Of course it has semen. He goes, they wear makeup. The songs sound like honky tonk hard rock. When it came out, I listened to a demo of it, and I promised myself I would never buy it. Guess what? He broke that promise to himself.
Yeah.
Imagine not even being able to stick to that. Imagine, not even having the, you got to be able to at least stick to not buying Load Reload.
Yeah. You have a little bit of willpower.
Zero. He goes, I got some used CDs of Load and Reload. I listened to it many times before I started to find something worthy of listening to. It has its moments, and if you look at it as a hard rock album by some band you never heard of, it's actually pretty good. Once I see it says Metallica covered in semen, I get a sour taste in my mouth. He's obsessed with the semen part. Yeah. These songs would have been fine for a side project or B-sides to good songs. Sad day for metal fans, the 90s was. Had to listen to much heavier stuff like Fear Factory, Morbid Angel, Pantera, Slayer to make me forget this album existed. But now it's okay. Funny thing is, I like these more than Saint Anger, Death Magnetic, and Hardwired for whatever it's called. Load and Reload do sound like albums they wanted to make, while the later ones sound like a band trying to do something they no longer are capable of. So that is...
I like the idea of listening to an album. Like these music guys listen to music in a different way than me, because if I listen to it and I didn't like it, I might give it a couple of listens. But they seem to this guy's just like, I'm going to try to dig out something that I like here. Just anything that's good and nice, something that I can enjoy. And it's like, I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of different music that you could go to that will, that doesn't require so much work to enjoy it.
I just don't know why every part of the experience is just being evaluated critically as if it's life and death. Well, I like this part, but that part I didn't like. And I'm now just like, why didn't they just do this instead of that? It's like, well, they didn't.
Yeah, just listen. It's just
strange.
Yeah, getting so obsessed with Metallica or any band that you're not, as we talk about,
unless
you're not
it's
just
Korn.
That you're not just listening to it and being like, this is good music that I like and I'm enjoying it. It's always going to be kind of weird to me, but I'm not a music guy, so I don't really. I'm like,
Danzig is perfect.
I listen to music that I like, and if I don't like it, then I generally stop listening.
What do you listen to? Give me an idea what you're listening to.
Fleet Foxes.
That's what he always says. It's
band.
not really. I actually listen to a lot more ambient music. So Brian Eno and I listen to a lot of Aphex Twin and Hiroshi
What
Yoshimura.
Brian Eno? What do you listen to Brian Eno?
Music for airports is probably my favorite.
For airports, you listen to Apollo. You like that one?
No. I haven't. He has so much, so there's probably a lot that I like.
I don't even know any Brian Eno songs.
I Oh yeah.
Boom, boo, doo, 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 doo.
Oh, it's nice.
It's music
really nice
for airports.
Yeah, that's probably that
One of the
first song.
best.
It really is. But yeah, I do like Fleet Foxes, kind of, I guess.
Okay.
But yeah, I like really soft music right now. Like I go through different phases and stuff, but right now I like music that has very little impact, if that makes sense.
Your brain is tired and you want something, you want a pillow.
Yes, I have a 15-month-old baby, so that's kind
baby
of
running around.
Yeah,
Sure.
exactly.
I my last song I listened to was "Working Man" by Rush.
Sure, that's a rocker.
I mean, I like
It
Rush.
is.
It's atypical of Rush. It's like a tight, hard rock song.
Yeah, it's good. I like 2112, the album, for some reason. I saw Rush in concert once. It was I was impressed by Rush.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
They're one of our greats. Tom, what are you listening to right now? What's the album that you're
What
listening
am I
to
listening to now? Boy, oh boy, I don't know. Let me see.
you got me hooked on King Khan and the Black Like I love those.
Yeah.
Harlem is like one of my
Yeah,
that
that's great.
Harlem, the album Hippies.
The OCs,
I
you got
love
me
them
onto the
too.
OCs, Tom. I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah, Caesar playing here next week.
They played here at the weirdest venue. Like they played, it's called the Alrosa Villa. It's where Dimebag Darrell got killed.
Oh yeah,
Jeez.
Kurt Vile as well. You got me into Kurt Vile as well.
Okay, yeah, I saw Kurt a couple weeks ago. Open for the Pixies. It was cool.
Ooh, nice. Love the Pixies as
What
well.
am I listening to? Hold on, I'll find something. Hold on.
Tom's gonna find what he's listening to right now.
I'm listening to wrestling themes. I'm kidding. I'm not really doing that.
I was big into. I had the album of wrestling themes, the WWF, whatever it was called. You know, that had like Stone Cold, and it had the Undertaker on there, and yeah, that DG Generation X, I think was.
Yeah, that's an insane thing to listen to. I've never done that.
When I was a kid, I listened to it.
Yeah,
Like this album, Von Elmo.
Von Elmo.
Came out in the early 80s, reissued now in a 2 LP set. It's one of the all-time best albums.
What kind of? I don't even know what genre of music is it.
It's
listen to it.
He claimed to have been from outer space,
Oh,
from the planet Strazar,
I see.
and it has this opening song where it's like, it's like, this is a message from the go, and this like goes on and on, like it's talking about the message. It goes, the message is long live heavy metal.
Okay.
But it's not heavy metal. It's just, it's this weird, hard pop, but it's a guy who is pretending to be an alien. But meanwhile, he was like, you find out the real life story was he was like on the run from like mob guys in New York.
I am going to listen to that now.
It's
Elmo.
the best.
Okay.
LMO. Von Elmo.
Yeah,
All right.
LMO.
Well,
Yeah, not ELMO.
The only other
Don't
thing
listen to. It's actually, and I know it.
you love that song. The only other thing I had was a guy saying this. I'm planning to get the first line of Bleeding Me's Bridge lyrics tattooed on my forearm, which for the longest time I thought were Caught Under Wheels Roll. These were the official lyrics listed on Metallica's website, and they stayed this way right until the Load remaster set dropped. However, now the website lists them as Caught Under Wheels Roll. No apostrophe over wheels. And he goes, does anyone have an idea what the correct version is? They both mean pretty much the same thing, but ideally I'd like to know what James intended them to be.
That's smart. You don't want to get called out. Imagine you're at a party and you show that to someone and they're just like, what is that apostrophe doing there?
I got a tattoo of a lyric I don't know.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, tattoos of song lyrics, you got to make sure it's got to be one that you know really well. I would feel like, I feel like it would be. But again, this is just a thing where it doesn't matter. Who gives a shit? You're not talking about getting the lyric wrong. You're talking about having like a piece of punctuation wrong or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm going to get a tattoo of Fred Durst, my favorite Fred Durst line. I feel like shit on me. That is Yeah. Tom, I want to thank you for doing this show. I really appreciate it. I'm
course.
the
No, please,
biggest
my
fucking
pleasure.
fan in the world. I'm
Oh, very
so
nice
excited
of you
to
to say.
do your show. I
Yeah,
panicked, but it was so fun.
you were great.
Thank you.
Yeah, you were good. You were good.
anytime
I watched it. You were good, Brian.
anytime you need to talk about any of that, any new metal or anything, I'm there for you. I know so much about it.
Here's a mellow album, Chris. Listen to this album by Sedona. It's brand new. She's LA based. It's a really good album. She's an amazing voice.
Okay, well,
so Tom's on the best show on Twitch.
Yeah, I'm on the best show. It's every Tuesday night, and it's the 25th anniversary this year of the show.
Oh, I made it only.
Yeah, you guys will get there. You'll get there someday.
I made it on my last show. I made it 13 years, and then. But anyway, thanks for doing this, Tom. Everybody listen to the best show. It's the best. Bye.
Bye.